What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from their current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is what we do. Being a great freaking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the importance of making time to do the things that light your soul on fire, even when your schedule seems busier than ever. Like, it seems like these days, everyone's schedule is busier than ever. It really does. But what I've learned that it really boils down to just prioritizing what's really important to you. If you don't take time to prioritize what's important to you, then things are just going to slip by. Things are just going to pass you by. You're going to find that you're just going to be putting out fires, reacting to things versus being on the offense and having a proactive approach at things, right? And so, like I said, this nowadays, it seems like the time is limited more than ever, right? Seems like we're doing work, then we have some time for family, maybe some time for friendships, and then it's back to work, and then work, and then work, and then work. and we and what I've seen and what I've learned and what I've kind of analyzed from those around me and my peers and those doing it at bigger levels than I am is just that many times we're so caught up in the work that we forget to pull ourselves back. We forget to pull ourselves out of the situation and to be able to look at things from a 50,000 foot level, from like a sake of words, and just see how you're doing. How's your happiness index? Like, um, there's that phrase that goes, "You can't read the jar from inside the label." So if you never really given yourself time to reflect and to analyze your life on all areas of your life, your mind, body, soul, relationships, your career, your passions, how are you really gonna know that you're truly happy? Because you can't improve what you don't measure, right? And so a life just built on all work, all work, all work, and no play, what that does is it just leads to burnout. Like I've been through burnout multiple times, and it fucking sucks. And the thing about burnout is that most of the times we don't even realize that we're burnt out until we're like fucking head deep in it. And so burnout, like that, what that does is that it fucking kills your drive. It kills your momentum. It kills your ability to bounce back and reattack things at a fucking high performing level, right? And maybe you're like, oh man, I'm not burnt out. Oh, that's not me. I take my time off on the weekends. Well, I'm here going to challenge you with something. And I see this all the time is that they work people, and I've been victim to that. I've been there. And so I could share and talk about it with confidence that you massively put in work throughout the week. And then what happens? The weekend comes and you've fucking put in so much work during the week and you just want to escape in the weekend. What ends up happening that you numb yourself to the point that like you just want to forget about all the problems that have been present for you during the week and maybe all the problems that are coming to you next week. And then you're just numbing yourself through the entire weekend trying to forget about all these problems, whether it be drinking, whether it be smoking, whether it be doing drugs, whether it be whatever it is for you. More times than none, people that don't take time for themselves are numbing themselves ridiculously in the weekend to try to make their life seem okay. And that is not okay, because when you're numbing yourself all weekend, what happens is that Monday comes around and you're not your best that you can be. Tuesday, you're still recovering. Wednesday, you finally start feeling okay. And what happens? Oh, here comes Thursday. Oh, here comes Friday. Or it's time to do it again. And all this puts you on a trend, on a downward trend. And you don't notice it until you're able to pull yourself out and look at things from a 50,000 foot level. And I don't want that to happen to you, you know? And I want to make this clear though. I want to put this caveat there that the work must be put in. Like, you hear me talking about burnout and prioritizing your self-care and making time to do the things that you love, but you gotta be willing to put in the work. Like there's no shortcut around that. Like, if you want success in your life, then you gotta be willing to put in some fucking massive work. That's just what it comes down to. And if you don't prioritize really what's important to you, then those priorities, excuse me, will end up doing it for you, right? And so, like, my beliefs on why we're put on this earth, and whatever you believe in, whether you believe in God, the universe, the frequencies, the spiritualities, man, whatever you believe in, right? Um, I believe in that we're being put on this earth to make a difference, to contribute to society. I believe that we've been put on here to build something meaningful, build a legacy, like, and to enjoy our life and make meaningful memories with those that we care most about, those people that we love, those people that we cherish. You know, I'm of the opinion that we must work hard, but we must also play harder. Like, you always hear work hard, play hard, right? But nah, I believe in work hard as fuck, but then go out and enjoy yourself and play harder. Like, because it it, it doesn't it just doesn't add up to me. Like, we don't live to work, we work to be able to live. And so when you look at things that way, it really just changes the perspective for you, right? And I want to make a clarification footnote for this, right? Because it could be misinterpreted. If you're someone who has not been putting in the work, if you're someone who is always on your phone, if you're someone who is constantly dropping the ball, if you're someone who always calling in sick, if you're someone who doesn't put in that extra effort to help your company or the company that you work for succeed, then, man, I'm sorry, but these statements that we're making here, they just really don't apply to you, because you simply just need to fucking get off your ass and go put in the work. That's what's gonna get you ahead. That's what's gonna help you level up. That's what's gonna help you make more money. That's what's gonna help you make a bigger difference in your life and in your family's life, right? But if you're a high performer, if you're someone who dedicates time to getting ahead, you're someone who dedicates time into your business, or maybe your the career that you're in, or the job that you work for, if you're someone who values the work that you put in, and how people see you, and the impact that you make on that organization, then this message is for you, my friends. This is who we're talking to right now. And so I want to ask you, like, when was the last time that you really took some time off to do the things that you loved? Like, think about it. Like, when was the last time that you went out and you did something that genuinely lit your soul on fire? Like, when was the last time that you took even a mini vacation? Like, I'm not talking about a big ass vacation. When was the last time you even took a mini vacation to enjoy yourself? Like, to decompress, to put a fucking ear to ear smile with the things that you love doing. Like, and you're probably thinking, like, man, I can't do that right now. Like, oh, I'm busier than ever. Like, things, if I leave, things will just fall apart. Like, I can't take time off of work. Like, I'm building this massive thing, and if I take time off, it's just gonna fall all apart. Right? It's just not the right time right now. Well, let me ask you this. Like, here's the thing, and I want to help you with a perspective shift, right? What if you knew with absolute certainty that this week right here that we're in right now is the last week you had to live here on Mother Earth? Like, would that change your perspective on how you look at work? Like, would you be saying to yourself, oh man, let me just get in a couple more fucking hours of work. Let me pull all-nighter doing this work so that I can turn it in, because I'm going to enjoy my last moments working. I'm going to enjoy my last moments putting in, making money, and I don't know, maybe that is something that you value. Maybe that's something how you want to be remembered. Maybe that's something that you love. But wouldn't you rather spend the last days of your life? And we never know when our last days is. And this is why I like this example, because it helps you put things in perspective. What if this was your last week? Wouldn't you want to spend the last days of your life doing something that you love, living passionately, taking risks, like using all the fucking fuel that you have inside your gas tank? Like, wouldn't that You don't think that that would make you more fulfilled? Wouldn't you think that would make you happier? So I like to think of things like this. Like, let's say that you're showing up to your creator, like whoever you believe in, like you believe in God, I believe in God, you believe in the universe, the frequencies, the energies, whatever it is. Let's just imagine, right? That it is your time and you're up and you're meeting with your creator, whoever it is that you believe in, right? And what you want your creator to say and then look at you like, wow, Randy, man, I'm really proud of you. You really fucking milked it for everything you've had. Like, you lived life to the fucking fullest. Like, you went above and beyond. Like, you succeeded what I even had in plan for you. Like, look at the amazing things that you did. Look at the impact that you had. Look at the love that you shared. Look at the people's lives that you changed. Look at the amazing time that you found even to do things that you loved, even when your work seemed busier than ever. Would you imagine completely the opposite of that statement and your creator saying, man, I imagine this, and this is how my thought process works. And I imagine my creator saying, God saying, man, Randy, I'm so fucking disappointed in you. Like, look how much potential that you fucking wasted. Look at everything that you had the capability to do and you didn't. Like, look at all the fuel that you have still in your gas tank. Look at all this wasted potential. Like, look at all these things that I had planned for you. Look at the man or the woman that you could have become, but because you played it safe, you didn't. Like, how would that make you feel? Would that make you happy? Would that make you satisfied with how you truly lived your life? Like, I know genuinely that I wouldn't. Like, that wouldn't make me happy. That would actually make me depressed. It would make me sad. It would make me like, fuck, I wasted all that valuable time and I didn't do nothing meaningful. I didn't live my life to the fullest. I didn't make an impact. I didn't make people smile. I didn't make people's lives better. I didn't improve my family's life. Like, so so you gotta be put and I stumbled there because it just boils down to the fucking statement of you gotta be willing to put into work, right? But when you put into work, you gotta be willing to make time to do the things that spark your heart on fire, like those things that make you smile, those things that make you fulfilled, those things that just make life worth it to you, right? And if you're here listening, if you're here watching, excuse me, my voice got a little raspy there. If you're here listening, if you're here watching, and it's probably because you also share the same passion for motorsports just like I do, whether it be cars, motorcycles, boats, excuse me, whatever it is be. If you're here listening, if you're vibing with me, it's probably because you also love motorsports and you also want to get better. You also want to improve. You also want to level up. So burn rubber, not your soul, baby. It really, that's what it boils down to. And so how can we handle like a busy schedule, a hectic schedule? How could we handle making time to do the things that we love when our schedules seem busier than ever? And the one thing, well, there's multiple things, right? But like the thing that has helped me like build and maintain momentum the most has been time blocking. Like, that's my ultimate ally. And when I left working for, I guess, a corporate America job to do the entrepreneur thing and go on my own, like all these people paint these beautiful pictures of like, oh, you only work 3 hours, 4 hours a day and you get to enjoy your life, man. Let me be the first to make that statement that that is not true. I did that for the first couple months and I very quickly ran out of money. All these pictures that and fucking lifestyle that these influencers post and make you believe, it's all fucking fake. Unless you've been putting in the work, unless you had some investments go well for you, unless you had some residual income set up for yourself, that money is genuinely and consistently coming in on a recurring basis, then man, you gotta be willing to put in the work. You gotta be willing to fucking make time to fucking move the needle in your life with business. And then while you're doing that, you also be able to reflect, to make time to do the things that you love so you don't get burnt out, so that you're not finding your weekends filled with experiences of numbing yourself and the stress level starts building up because you're not happy, right? And so time blocking has been one of the biggest needle movers for me in my life, because I literally set undistracted time in my calendar. And during this time, I'm literally focused on doing this task. During this time block, I'm focused on doing this. During this time, I'm focused on doing this. And I got to the point where my cell phone, like here when I'm recording on, I go and I put it downstairs. I put it on silent. I put it in a drawer. My my Apple Watch, I don't even wear this at home anymore most of the time because it distracts me. And so when I'm all about time blocking and I'm all about focused, intentional time to move the needle with what really matters, I eliminate all my distractions, right? And so you got to be willing to plan out your days. And as you're planning out your days and you listing these things in your calendar, the things that you need to do, the things that are going to move the needle for you, not just busy work, I'm talking about productive work, it becomes very critical for you to stick to that plan so that you can create the time that you want back for yourself, right? Because it's very easy to say, oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do this, I'll do that. And when you end up looking at like everything that you have to do, like, holy fucking shit, looks like I'm gonna be working till late today again. And so this is why it's so important to time block and to prioritize your time and protect your time, because if not, they will take the time away from you, right? And so having goals and clear expectations of what you want and what are you going to achieve is the freaking GPS that's going to get there. Like if you don't have a map, if you've never been somewhere, right? And I don't know how they used to do it in the old days. I guess they used to have directions, stop, hey, how do I get here? But let's say nowadays, where we're at, GPS, we all rely on our GPS to get to places. And if you don't have the directions to get there, how do you know that you're truly going to get there? You're going to be relying on mistakes, on what they tell you, on hardships. And so a GPS is like the thing that you need to be able to move the needle in your life, to achieve the goals that you want, to move yourself closer to the things that you want to achieve. And waking up early, consistently early, is the secret weapon to getting shit done. Because there's only so many times that you wake up early and not do anything, and you're like, man, what the fuck am I doing with this time? I'm wasting the time. Because time is the only commodity that once it's used, we can't get it back. You really don't. And so making sure that you're prioritizing the time and what you're doing with it becomes really important and very relevant to achieving the goals that you want to do. And so if you would have asked me only just a month ago, we're here at the end of February, if you would have asked me just in January, a month back, I would have told you that there's no fucking way that I would have made time, I would have had time available in my schedule to make 3 different road trips happen in February. And typically, that's not how my schedule rolls. I typically don't take that much time off, but for some reason this year I was like, you know what? It's my birthday month. I've been working my ass off. Been putting in the work. Let's fucking make it happen. And so I really started working backwards from these dates, so that I can make these events happen, because my schedule is fucking jam-packed. Like, I'm busier than ever. I literally have appointments in my calendar 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. I have what I'm gonna do already on Saturday. I have what I'm gonna do on the weekdays. Like, I'm literally maximizing my time to the best of his capabilities. And so when I heard about all these events, I'm like, man, maybe I could do one. I don't know about all of them. But then I said, why not? Like, what if this was my last month? No, that's how I started looking at things. And I started really just making things happen. And I started just prioritizing my time, and I started time blocking so that I can get the things that I really needed to get done, so that I can make time for what makes me happy, right? And I ended up doing it. Like, I started the month off with doing a drag and drive event, which is called Sick Week. I made a little bit of it. I talked about it on a previous episode. And went from Miami to Orlando to Bradenton to Gainesville to Georgia, back to Orlando, back to Miami. Decompressed, unloaded, not even to mention all the things that I had to get ready on my truck to make that event happen. Came back, decompressed, put in some work. Okay, what do I need to do from here to the next thing that I want to make happen, that it's a must do in order that I can make that trip happen? And I did. I got to work. I started focusing. It's so much that actually in February, like, I haven't really been posting much. And I was consistently posting like twice a day. I even got to like 3 times a day. And for a little bit, I was doing 4 times a day. And just and putting out empowering content. That for February, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a back seat on that. And I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on getting refreshed. I'm going to focus on enjoying my time so that I can come back fulfilled and being able to like refreshed and being able to kill it. And so after the drag and drive event, I came back, I decompressed, and I started working again. I worked for about a week, started planning things. And then the next trip came up. We went to the Ocala National Forest to ride side-by-sides. We were there for several days. And I loved going out there because the service was minimal. And it just reiterated the fact to me that I needed to disconnect. I needed to get away from my phone. I needed to get away from service. I needed to get away from having the ability to just scroll because I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be present. I wanted to be doing the things I love. I wanted to be enjoying and meeting new people. And when we went out to ride side-by-sides out in the Ocala National Forest, which was amazing, huge, I want to buy a property out there, and I will. That's going up on my vision board. Just truly had an amazing time. And then we came back from Ocala, and I was like, all right, we only have like, a week and a half left in February. I remember 2 weeks when I came back. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to focus. I knew that I was hosting a Motivation Sunday ride down here in Miami. And that same week, this past weekend that just passed, they had Winter Vacation, which is a big stunt riding event that happened in Immokalee. And they have it at an abandoned prison. I went last year. I had a great time. So this year it was happening again. And I didn't really plan to go because I just had a lot of things going on. And I talked to one of my good friends during the week. We rode together. It's like, dude, you got to come out there, even if you just come for one day. And so I started looking at my schedule and I was like, all right, if I do this, this, and this, I can make this happen. And I got to put my head down and I started putting the work. And I got shit done. Friday, I took the afternoon off, washed the bikes, washed the truck, loaded up, everything loaded. Woke up Saturday morning. It was like 4:30, 4:45. Did my morning routine, meditated, and got out the door. And I was on the way to Immokalee. And I had an amazing day, an entire day of riding, seeing people from overseas, like people that I haven't seen in such a long time. Some of the best riders in the world were at this event, stunt riders. And I had an amazing time. Came back, got back here maybe like a little after 9 p.m., unloaded the truck, had some dinner with my wife, went to sleep, woke up early on Sunday, washed the motorcycle because I didn't think it was going to be that dirty, but it was really dirty. And I went and I hosted that ride on Sunday. I had an amazing time, bonded with some friends, came back, had some lunch, decompressed, and rested. And now, during the week, I feel refreshed. I feel fulfilled. But most of all, I feel fucking ready to go back into another season of hard, focused work, of like doing activities that really move the needle for me in my life. And so I'm here to encourage you to prioritize the love that you have for motorsports. And like, when was the last time that you went to go do the things that you loved? I'm here to encourage you to take actionable steps so that you can make the time to do the things that you love, right? Put in the work, but go fucking play also. And big caveat on that. Put in the work. If you haven't been putting in the work, then my friends, it's about time you start putting in the fucking work. But put in the work and go enjoy yourself. And I'm here to remind you that by pursuing your passion for motorsports, it's not only going to fulfill you, but it's also going to be essential for your personal growth and your ultimate well-being. Like, remember, it's not about finding the time. It's about making the time for what truly matters to you, my friends. And so I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling out all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the freaking world that they wish they were like us. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I just want to say that you got yourself a win, and that I truly appreciate your time that you're investing into the Live Wide Open podcast. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked me with. We are driven individuals, breaking the fucking stereotype and working towards becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey while we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is WideOpenRandy. And if you felt any connection to today's message, I ask that you please share this on your story, because those are the actions they really help us spread the message. I'll catch you guys on the next episode, but till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.